Hello and welcome to that Double D team. I'm D.
I'm DIGA.
This is our season 1 review for Sense8, a Netflix show produced by the Wachowski sisters, siblings. You know them from Matrix, epic 1990s film. This is a story about 8 individuals connected across the world who all share abilities, feelings and emotions. They're technically an advanced human called Sense8s who were born in a cluster of 8. They're being hunted down by an evil organisation called BPO, headed by the main bad guy, aka Whispers. This show I absolutely loved when I first seen it. Holiday Digger recommended it to him. Get into it now as a review, but with it being a mix of a cast, 8 characters, we're just going to break it down character by character, culminating in a series finale. Kick things off with one of my favourite characters in the show, Sun Bak, played by Doona. She's a soul businesswoman and a cage fighting badass.
She's crazy.
She's also aka the spirit of Van Damme.
Yeah. Definitely.
Her main story in this season is her company is now being in trouble, being investigated for embezzlement, which her spouse, her brother, Junkie, has been filtering the books and taking money away from the company and their father. He's been getting away with it, but now police are coming. Sun's been trying to cover it up for him or stall for as long as she can, but she eventually has a one-on-one with her father, tells him what's been happening, and the brother is a bitch, Sun is a don. Even though she's been neglected by her father most of her life, especially after the death of her mother, and she's like, you know what, I can probably take the rap for this, man, save the business, especially because your father hardly recognises that he has a daughter. No one knows what I do here. The company will survive if I admit it was me. It's like, Sun's a badass for doing that. Although it is a lot of emotional turmoil and grief, you don't come to this in straight away. She does have a bit of to-in and throw-in, especially having to go see a sensei. And then she has a cage fighting match with some guy. Smart when he's on the skinny bitch. She just whoops him out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So she takes the blame, saves her brother, which was also coincidentally her mum's last wish to her before she died. So she also feels she has to keep that promise to her mum, especially with it being the last words to her. Because if she breaks it, then her last words to her mum before she died would have been a lie. So yeah, pulling on the emotional heartstrings straight away. She goes to prison. She meets a few cellmates. They respect her because obviously she's like, oh, strong female women you can only find in prison in China because it's all about a man's world. There's also an evil bully in prison. She stands up to her, kicks her ass in the in the yard, beats her down because she threw some red paint over her canvas, a mural of her and her mother, and yeah, Sun puts that shit down, man. Father comes in to see her the next day, like, you know what, I thought I could carry on, I could go along with this, but I miss my daughter, I'm really sorry, I'm going to tell the truth and get you out of prison, I don't care what happens, you release the company. Okay, that's that moment, Sun's going to get out and get free. No. Junkie comes to see her the next day, says her father's died through suicide, although we both know that wasn't true. Junkie killed him because he was going to commit the truth and Junkie didn't want to go to prison. What a cunt. Sun beats him up in prison, bam bam, promises to get revenge and kill him, which I hope she does. Season 2.
Hopefully. Yeah, next character is Kala how you pronounce that?
Dandeka? Or Dandeka?
Yeah. Kala. I think she was dope. She's a university educated pharmacist, and she's engaged to
Rajan,
yeah. But her heart's not really in it.
No, it's
more, he loves her off.
It's not an arranged marriage. He asked, and I think she agreed, or the family agreed. It's because she works in the pharmaceutical company that her father runs, so he's a big deal in India. Yeah. All the girls wanted to be with him. He chose Kala. Kala's very lucky. He'll treat her right. She'll have everything needed for her, but she don't feel that spark.
She doesn't feel it, and she plays along, but you can see how she's kind of hesitant at times. And the father actually, Rajan, Rajan's father, he actually kind of notices it, and he approaches her on it, and he's like, you know,
on the way to temple, because obviously she's
she's
very big
very
with
big.
her faith, being with Hindu, and obviously
Yeah.
her affiliation to Ganesha, so she's struggling with being faithful to her faith or to
a marriage.
A marriage in that as well, yeah, especially because Rajan's father, if he gets elected and does the things that he wants to do, certain things in her faith will be outlawed.
And he approached her, had a whole conversation about how you don't really love my son, which he's seen it, and she's trying to play it off, but then at the same time, like angry mob comes around and like they just stab him up, just
couple of times, innit?
Stab him
right in front of her,
and it kind of like it shocks her, you know. And
yeah, the reason though he had the conversation with her saying like you don't want to marry my son, I can see it, is because at the actual wedding day she fainted, didn't she? Taking like the 7 steps.
That is true. That is true.
And the reason she fainted?
Yeah, but
because she saw some German wang.
Yeah, she seen penis.
Wolfgang's wang.
And but her fiance at the time, he liked to believe that it was overwhelming for her.
Yeah. Imagine the stories we will tell our grandchildren.
Yeah.
Your mother took one look at her father and fainted with him.
It sounds nice, but really it's she wanted the
Rajan was
German
quite
sausage.
smooth, man. In most of the season, when he speaks to her, he comes across as like a really nice, genuine.
I think he was.
Husband.
He actually was. But you know, things are meant to work out, and certain things aren't. And that really wasn't it. But yeah, and she kind of confesses to Rajan. Can't pronounce the boy's name. Rajan, like when the father when he passed in it.
I think he survived. He was stable condition.
I thought he passed because boy, you don't really survive.
We don't see him again, but there is a line from the not to say no, he's in stable condition, and because he is, his mother thinks it's because she started praying again with Kala, and she might go back to her faith now, which
it's back and forth. But she told her fiance what really happened, and he knew. He was like, yeah, I knew my father didn't approve and stuff like that, which kind of made her pull back even more.
Yeah, but he was like, I'm glad you told me, because like a lesser woman would have said it was his dying wish, to marry me so she'd get in the family and do it. But you told me the truth. I appreciate that, and
once again,
I still want to marry you. Do you still want to marry me?
Some genuine guy. Yeah, it was dope. She had more of a connection with Wolfgang.
Yeah, I mean that's the end of her arc. Although she does play a part in some of Wolfgang's story, so it does kind of seem condensed at the moment. But we'll go into a bit more detail when we get to Wolfie, my number uno.
Yeah, he's dope.
Next character, Lito Rodriguez, played by Miguel Silvestre. He's a Spanish actor, closeted gay actor, action movie star, living in Mexico City with his lover Hernando. And the reason he is a closeted gay actor is because he's known for being a heartthrob action star. Yeah. And if you're gay in real life, it's not really portrayable for you to be kissing women on screen when people know it's not real, and for you to be a gay person in real life, but then a macho actor. Stereotypes, ignore them all, but the show pays key attention to all of this: race, religion, faith, sex, transgenders, all of that, man. Yeah, really good. So he's struggling with doing that. So he's got himself a beard, Daniela, who he goes out with, gets seen with, makes people think, oh, they're having a relationship with, whilst also hiding his relationship. But Danny's caught feelings. She comes over drunk one night. He lets her in because he's paparazzi outside, and then she finds out he's gay by walking into the bedroom, sees Hernando there. And to Lito and Hernando's surprise, Danny's buzzing. She's like, she's awesome. She's like, yes, I love gay porn. Like this is a dream for me. This is the best gig I could ever have as an actress. I will always be your beard. That's not a problem, and I know what you need. We can make this work. I love him. She gets to know with Hernando as well. They have a nice sort of bond together, and it's a really cute trio. However, Danny's ex is a criminal. Called Joaquin or Joaquin. And he wants her back. Has a little one-on-one with Lito, kind of like, don't warn him because Lito's like his hero, but he's like, yeah, just treat her right. He does, but then he gets drunk one night, comes over, says, yo man, I need to learn from the best. You know, you want to get better at football, you watch the stats, you watch some tapes, you know, I want to watch you fuck her. I need to learn. I'm like, nah, get out. In doing so, though, he swipes Danny's phone, realises there's some snaps of Hernando and Lito fucking on it, because Danny was getting all gooey one night, and was like, yes, I'll take some snaps of that. And then blackmails Lito, like, yo, Danny comes back to me, or your career's gone. Lito kind of wants this, but don't say it. Danny believes it's her fault. She's like, yo, I'll sort it out. Goes back to Joaquin, agrees to marry him if she leaves Lito alone. It all works out. However, he starts beating her. Hernando sees the black eye. Lito still won't bring her back and risk his career, which upsets Hernando, so Hernando breaks up with him. Lito then has a really nice one-on-one moment with Nomi in the Mexican Museum of Art, and they have a really good one-on-one because she's missing Amanita at the time. Lito's missing Hernando, and he's reminiscing about the first time they met in the museum, and how Hernando could talk for hours about the art and with such passion. And yeah, it was a really nice scene, which then gives Lito the resolution, like, you know what, forget that, I need my love. So he goes to get Danny back from Joaquin, and in doing so he tries to beat him up, but he gets his ass handed to him until Wolfie turns up, shares his abilities. He's like, yo, you lie, that's what you do. I fight, that's what I do. Joaquin, where you going? We ain't finished yet. Come back. Joaquin walks over, just punches him in the face. Wolfie just takes it. Is that all you got? Gives him a few hits. Are we done? I think we're done. Tiger uppercut, knocks his ass out. Yeah. Danny's buzzing, runs over to Lito. Lito goes to Hernando's. Bam. All back together. Happy families. Yeah, you've got the trio together, man. The gay couple in the beard, all buzzing. The fallout of what will happen with the photos in his career will probably go into season 2. But for Lito, that was the end of his storyline this season.
I thought Lito was alright.
He was, but he didn't seem to be involved with other people. Once again, because like the main people we're running through now, these first 5, are involved and they have shared moments, but they're not really on the truth mode. Whereas Will, Nomi, Riley, like, yo, we want to figure it out, and they're like your main 3 actors. But no, Lito was good, but he did have his own centric storyline about being a gay actor and not wanting to lose that out, and also identifying himself as who he is. Yeah,
he came into it like kind of towards the end of the season, like he was doing his thing.
Yeah, when he helps out Wolfie.
Yeah. Next one is Cassius.
Yeah.
Cassius.
Van Damme.
Oh, I can't pronounce.
Yeah, we only know him as Cassius. Yeah.
My man Van Damme. He's a taxi driver in Nairobi, and his mother she has the virus, and he needs the medicine to
keep her alive.
And it's a lot of strain on him, a lot of stress and all that, but he does it with a smile on his face, boy. Like,
I have a feeling today is going to be a really good day.
Like, the boy is always positive. He gets robbed by the superpower gang. That's a notorious little gang in the area. Yeah, well,
they rob most buses, but on this day it's because him and Jalla, like his boy, went to go and get some drugs for his mum in it, and Jalla did some word in the mouth, hustled him down to so he could afford it. But even so, these pills are not necessarily official. They're just the least watered down at the moment.
There's a lot. It's like the good stuff, the fake stuff, and what's watered down stuff. Yeah. So it's a risk that he takes every time when he goes to get it. But it's for his boy, he words him, gets the watered down juice.
Hey, excuse me, who are you? Fuck off. Ah, hello, Mr. Fuck off.
That was true. But then he gets robbed, but this time he decides, he needs this medicine because without his mom, she dies. So
serious, innit? Everyone get off the bus, man. If you don't want to come with me, then go home. I'm going to get my stuff back from the superpower.
He steps up basically, and this is when he first meets up with Son.
Yeah. So he's trying to he hits 1 or 2 originally with the pipe and that, but then when he gets hit a few times,
all that shit goes out the window.
Sun gets triggered into him. Obviously, Sun, as I mentioned previously, cage fighting badass.
Yeah, she's the truth, and she puts the name Van Damme to work, and she
takes him out.
All that. She takes him out and all that, and then they take off in the taxi and all that. It was a lot.
It gets the attention, though, innit? Because obviously people talk around the area, and the main
Van Damme's the man,
crooked politician or main guy in Nairobi, Mr. Kabako, Silas Kabako, offers him a job.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I need you to drive my daughter around.
When I say offers him a job though, he gets the police to pull over his Van Dam bus during the day, escort him off through the buses to pull to a parked car to have a meeting with him.
Inside the car.
Yeah, whips open a briefcase. These are the proper drugs your mum needs.
Not that watered down shit.
Yeah, do a job for me. These are yours.
So he's thinking, yo, I need it. I'll do it. And now he's like a driver for his daughter, and the Superpower Gang, after getting their ass beat, they kind of got a vendetta with him now. So
yeah, they peep that he's been taxiing the girl to the hospital because I think she needs like kidney dialysis or something, and
all that stuff.
Yeah, and obviously Mr. Kabaka's worried she'll be kidnapped, so they're using Van Damme, but now they realise Van Damme's using him. So yeah.
So they approach him like, yo, give us the girl. Won't be no problems.
Or you or your mum, dead. Your mum will die because like Mr. Kabako killed my sister in front of me, so he needs revenge. So if you don't help me, I'll kill your mum in front of you. You need to get me the girl so I can kill her in front of him. That's revenge. Obvious. Tough decisions, man.
It's a lot. But obviously like he's not having that. He fights back again. The big showdown.
The
big
rumble in the jungle.
Yo, the big showdown. And they come up with like machetes and all types of shit, and once again triggers off Sun to come back through. And this is the big, oh man.
Because at this moment, Sun has just found out about her father.
Yeah.
And she's in prison at this moment, so she's feeling anger and all this stuff.
She can't let it out, so.
And then when she hears the guys having it with a gun to the head of Cassius calling him a bitch, and the bitch is like, yo, call me a bitch one more time and I will kill you. Yes, Son.
She loped out, basically. And remember, she's all the way in Seoul, Korea. And he's all the way in Africa. So
yeah.
It's crazy how...
It's Cassius's body doing all the moves, but he's letting Sun take over it. And, either that or he's tapping into the knowledge she has and he's doing that. But she's essentially taking control of the body.
Yeah.
It's like when Wolfgang with Leto, it's like, do you mind?
Yeah.
And he does it.
Takes over.
Yeah.
Oh, it's dope. It's dope.
This is what the highlights of the show were for me. These moments where you get to them
where they start
situations where they cross over and they share the abilities and at the highlight
running
moments.
And take a left there and they all turn. It's like, what the fuck is going on? It's only one person, but like everyone's there. Shit is crazy. Show is crazy. But yeah, that's my boy Cassius, aka my man Van Dam.
Yeah, so coming on to the next character now, my favourite character of maybe not this season, but of this whole show, because obviously I've seen the whole thing. And Wolfgang Bogdanov, aka Max Reimelt, he's a fucking don in this show, and he's also like your outsider rogue. Because I always affiliate to the leader, which I like, Will, and other shows as well, Rick. But you also like your rogue outsider, like your Daryl, like your Wolfgang. You know what I'm saying? So like characters like that, I'm like, yes, like as we did Ozark recently, Bateman, lead character, Ruth, outside rogue. Like yes, I always affiliate to both of them, and Wolfgang in this one was obviously one of my faves, because he's a badass German gangster, lives in Berlin with a locksmith company with his best friend Felix. He's also like a safecracker, and his family is also kind of like a mafia, or they're definitely gangsters, and they've got history, but they also have issues as well, because he didn't like his dad. Dad was a bully. There's only 5 things in life worth doing for: eating, drinking, shitting, fucking and fighting for more. Yeah, make a fist, boom, then punch him. So he was a dick. Wolfgang, we find out, kills his father. And then at the funeral, pisses on the grave. Lovely. First intro to him. And then he and Felix have got a job. They're going to rob some diamonds from an uncrackable safe. The safe that his father failed to crack and eventually fucked him over. And we find out the safe is actually his uncle's safe. And I'm like, okay, this is how it's going to go down. Get to there, and he's there cracking a safe, old school, headphones, stethoscope, turning, but he starts hearing some like Indian music because he's got a close affiliation with Kala, and it's Kala's wedding, and his music being played, so he can't concentrate. So he's having a break, watch a bit of TV, American Idol, flashbacks to having him being singing, booed by his dad. Turn the TV off, get back to work. Eventually cracks the safe, just literally safe cracks it, something his father could never do, so that's one obstacle he overdid. The thing that fucked his father up in real life, he's now done to fuck his father over in death. So yeah, symmetry. And he escapes with just a matter of time to go, because his cousin, who was actually going to rob his own dad, then comes into the building to try and rob it, but obviously it wasn't there. Manages to move some of the diamonds, the rich, for a bit. Felix is buzzing, goes out and buys a new pair of shoes, because obviously he tells his tale about the first time he got his dick wet. He felt like he was a man. He couldn't walk around in his boys' shoes no more, so he went around and got a new pair. And obviously now he's a man from robbing his job. I need some new shoes.
New shoes, yeah.
They're all buzzing. They come back, chilling in the safe. Some blonde comes to knock on the door, like we're closed. He's like, "Oh, go on, I'll answer it. Where would the world be if I didn't help any damsels in distress?" Blonde goes to the side. Boom, cousin's there in the van. Bang, shotty to the chest. Felix almost dead. Gets taken to the hospital.
Felt that one.
Wolfie's there day and night. Obviously, he's like, "Yo, this is my brother." Not by something as fickle as blood, but by something more important, choice. And that's a bad boy line, that. Yeah. So obviously, brothers in arms, like Conan films, stories back in the day growing up as kids. So Wolfie's not going to let anything happen to him. But when the cousin comes, he's like, basically, give him my diamonds back or something can happen to Wolfie, man. I know a lot of doctors in this hospital, wrong bit of medicine, here or there. So Wolfie comes up with a plan to go and take out his cousin. But in doing so, he gives the diamonds back, or started the plan. Cousin beats him up. It's like, "Oh, how did you rob it?" He's like, "Oh, I cracked it." Yeah. He's like, "What, like in the movies?" Like, "Yeah, I don't believe you." Smack, smack. And he's beating him up, and it's all going to plan for Wolfie though, because he's like, you planned this all out. And he wanted to get searched, think no weapons on him, get beaten down so he could just reach for the gun under his car. But it's about 5 feet away. And it's where Leto turns up. Like, you thought of it all. so close.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, just tell him a lie. Tell him something I want to hear so you can make an opening. It's like, I can't. He reminds me of my father. I can't lie. Leo's like, do you mind? Steps into his body, bam, tells him a lie about how Felix sucked off some guy at a club to get the code or something like that. It's like, Felix, the cocksucker, I knew it, I fucking knew it. So then the cousin's all distracted and turned around in it, starts asking this boy, it's like, would you suck a cock for these diamonds? One guy says, yeah. It's like, what? No. Wolfie turns around, gets a gun, bam, takes him out. Cousin's about to leave, but he kind of probably had this planned as well, or at least plan B. Opens the boot, rocket launcher, picks that up.
I think he probably did. It was just like,
it's fucking awesome. In doing so, he's then hollered by his uncle to come to his house, because obviously his uncle wants to know where his cousin is, where his son is. It's like, do you know where he is? It's like, yes, but you're not going to like the answer. Like, what do you mean? Because he's been brought in now, he's being searched, and then they find a little gun under his arm. And he's like, what's this? Wolfie's like, boom. Just turns it around, shoots him, pop, shoots his uncle in the chest. A few more, kills everyone in the room, about to walk out. Will in his ear like, hold on. I heard the sound of those shots. Someone was wearing a vest. Bodyguard's gun's gone. Wolfie looks, his uncle's there with the gun, about to shoot him. Runs away, pops him off, kills him. This is after he heads out into a room. All the guards are after him. It's like, oh, it was so close, man, the plan was almost perfect. And then Carla pops up. It's like, yo, we don't die here today, man, I'm not saying goodbye to you now. She makes some Molotov type thing from like some air conditioners and refreshments in the closet, lights it, throws it out, boom, dead.
I must add, this girl Carla, she always comes through at the right time with shit like this. Always.
As we'll see hopefully next season as well.
Always. And I liked Wolfgang and Felix's little relationship. That was real dope.
Brothers in arms in it, like kids.
From kids growing up. Like, I thought,
that was dope. First introduced, both being bullied, both sticking up for each other.
That was very dope.
Yeah.
That was very dope.
Yeah. Felix survived the blast, the shotgun. He's in hospital, but he
Yeah.
survived. Obviously, Wolf moved him to his own personal safe hospital, giving him a name called Conan,
Like
alias.
first to last name.
Look after him.
Like, just
Yes.
bowled
Is that the first or last name? Yes.
He's bowled out. Like, yeah.
Bad man. Obviously kills his uncle as well after telling his uncle that I killed my father.
Yeah.
And the way Wolfie kills his uncle, my father was a monster, you're a monster, I'm a monster. And the way you see the bullet shots trigger in the uncle's face on screen was gruesome.
It was really
but epic. Like if I can get a gif of that, wow, that's awesome. Yeah, and obviously Carla sees this and it's like, that's why you need to marry Rajan. Like, yo, Wolf is a bad guy. But the whole reason he went there as well, to do it all, even though Carla tried to talk him out of it, was like, these guys are bad guys. As long as they're after me and I'm alive, they'll kill anyone I love. And obviously, I don't want them to come after you, so I'll have to do this. So that's a nice heart-to-heart between them two as well, man, because obviously Will and Riley, strong bond.
Yeah.
But I think Carla and Wolfgang's as well in the same cluster is both as strong. I think it's more, I don't think it's as lustful as Riley's, or it's more lustful than Riley and Will's, but we'll see that progress in season 2 and how that goes on.
Hopefully. Because I still haven't seen season 2 yet, so yeah.
Soon, man. Soon.
Yeah. Next on the list we got Will Gorski.
Cap.
He's the cop from Chicago. I like this character.
Yeah, British actor, I think, played by Brian J. Smith.
British?
I think so, because he looks like very familiar to someone I've seen in a few British shows over here. But I'm not too sure.
A lot of British actors are out there doing their thing, so it wouldn't surprise me really. But yeah, he's the Chicago cop. I liked him. You said he was kind of like the leader.
Yeah, I seen him as the leader in it.
Yeah,
essentially.
And like he just pop up in people's
The leader of the cluster, one of the main 3 characters. But he's all, as being a cop, he allows you to have that character that's always wanting to do the good thing and also find out more and investigate. And by having those type of characteristics as a leader, it allows him to let the story flow. Same with Nomi, like intriguing and investigative and hacker.
And they had like a nice little
connection and bond, yeah. Although Will and Riley's was the strongest out of the most. But yeah, Will
and Riley had a big strong connection. That's another deep one. But he saves her from
Nix, aka Uncle Benjamin.
Yeah.
Because Riley's in some trouble, isn't she? She's obviously Riley Blue, Tuppence Middleton. Did not know that was the first name because Tuppence is also a slang word for a private part. So yeah,
is it?
Yeah, like your Tuppence, innit? Female.
Shit.
But I never knew that was the name. Whenever I seen it pop up, I did actually think it was the guy playing Capheus.
Right.
But anyway, we also have Nomi Marks, played by Jamie Clayton. You mentioned to me before.
Yeah.
It's an actual transgender person playing a transgender character on the show. These are the 3 main characters story-wise, so we're going to be skipping in and out of storylines. So we'll just... You mentioned Will. Nomi is obviously a transgender activist in San Francisco with her girlfriend Amanita.
Yes.
And Riley Blue, as you mentioned, Icelandic DJ living in London. Obviously, she got some strange history back in Iceland where she was born not to come back. Thinks that she's hexed, so that's why she's in London.
Right.
As you mentioned, she was getting strangled by Nix,
yeah.
aka Uncle Benjamin.
And Will
Sense8's into her. Yeah,
because
I think she had her hands behind the back zip tied and then being plastic bag strangled.
Yeah.
But once Will gets his hand in, he then manages to like crack open the guy's hand behind.
Yeah.
Headbutts out. Boom.
I wish I could
cop.
do this. Like all this transfer, like this shit is so crazy.
Epic.
You have to just see it, just understand what I'm talking about. Cause the shit just moves so quick. If you're not paying attention, you'll miss it.
I'm glad I've gone back and seen it a few times though. It's really good. But the reason Nix was after her was in the first introduction. I think is it Riley's boyfriend and his friend rob Nix because he's got some really good drugs and some money in it. Then they rob him and shoot him. But then one of his guys shoots their boyfriend and everyone seems to be down except Riley. So she just grabs the bag and goes. But then on the way out, she's in the tube station and she hears a busker on the piano playing a song that father played as a favourite song. It's the most random thing ever. So she donates all the money to him, throws all the drugs in the bin. So when Nix comes back for it and says, "Where is it?" And she says, "It's gone."
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, it's the wrong answer.
Yeah, Will saves her, and then they have like a little thing for her.
Yeah, that's where their bond starts to get stronger and more materialised in it. But when the reason Nick's found her is because Nick, aka Frank Delane from Walking Dead, pops up. Shout out to Nick, big British actor. Sells her out.
Yeah,
like a dick. Yeah,
snitch.
Unlucky Nick.
And this is when Will finds out about whispers.
Yeah, because he's obviously the first person that met Jonas, and Jonas is obviously kind of his father.
Yeah.
Because of Angelica's birth, and Jonas has obviously got affiliations with both Whispers and Angelica, and he's telling Will what happens and what needs to do and what a Sense8 is and how you share or you visit, otherwise you look stupid just talking to no one in real life. Obviously, if you haven't made eye contact in real life, then if you have made, because he saw Will in real life, so they could visit each other, but they can't share because they're not part of a cluster, like abilities and stuff like that.
See, all that shit is technical, but
once it clicks with you,
get it,
everything flows really well. So
you see
I
how
like
certain people move.
I like the way Jonas explained it to him about visiting, sharing, eye contact, clusters. I'm like, okay, that was very simplified, because season 2 goes deeper.
Yeah, it gets.
But yeah, when Will helps Riley out from being choked, he's at like a police party for a retirement or something, and he's going like he's choking because he can feel it. He starts hitting up and beating all the cops that are trying to help him, so he just makes him look like he's even stranger.
Crazy. Because
his boy Diego, his partner, still calls him like Officer Strange.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange seeing visions from an astral plane. So yeah, but I like their little bromance as well.
It was cool.
But then this leads Riley back to Iceland, because obviously she's like, yeah, I need to escape. These guys are after me. I need to go. She goes back, sees the vision of the elf she saw as a kid that thought she was hexed, but it isn't an elf. Like the mystic Icelandic storylines, it's actually a Sense8 person who warns her, you can't come back to Iceland because if they find you, they'll find me and my cluster and your cluster, and it can't happen. You may think you're safe, but the simplest thing, like a hospital visit, bam, and they're on you in a rapid. But the main reason she come back to Iceland because she misses her dad, and this was also the place where her mother died, and also her husband and daughter. That was sad.
Yeah, that was sad, man. Like
which builds up to the finale, which we'll go into in more detail. So Riley's there to see her dad, who's a great Icelandic musician, and they've got a concert that night. But before we get to that epiphany, you mentioned Will and Whispers.
Yeah. Gotta let you break it down though.
Well, it mixes in with the Nomi storyline, because obviously Nomi sees Jonas as well in real life at Pride, and then she faints off a motorcycle, gets taken to hospital. A BPO doctor called Dr. Metzger comes in, says he needs to operate on her, tells some bullshit about how you're going to die unless you get the operation, but he just wants to lobotomize her. She eventually breaks out with the help of Amanita. Will Sense8 into her, rips out his IV, gets the thing, opens up his cuffs, because obviously being a son of a cop, got bored, you get bored in the back of a car, don't you? Bam, helps Naomi escape, and he's buzzing. He's like, yeah, the first time he does it, he's like, yeah, so they've got their bond together as well. But her girlfriend, Amanita, helps her escape, takes her to her mum's house, BPO turn up, gotta make a move again, and this is where Will and Son turn up in the alleyway. It's like, he's gonna call for backup. This guy's going to reach for your shoulder with his right hand.
Yeah, the shit was it was good.
Smooth. And to think how many times you would have to film that scene with one person and then with the other character, and then flown to the other country and then filmed it. Like, yeah, the show was expensive, but
that's a lot.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. The budget for the show was sick. 8 different continents, or 8 different countries, sorry.
Yeah. Really
good. So, Nomi, obviously being a hacktivist, recruits a boy, Bug.
That's her old school partner.
Bug's a brilliant character, man. Him and Amanita. In fact, I'm not even going to single them out. All the secondary characters in this show are really good, man. Dope. From Jala to Rajan to Hernando and Danny to Felix. Yeah. I think Diego's probably the least one in season 1, but he pops up more in season 2. Whereas in season 1, it's more Nomi, Bug, and Amanita as like a really good trio. Working stuff down, trying to investigate BPO, giving people IDs, and yeah, it's really good. So they escape, go to Metzger's house, find Metzger. Some guy turns up, kills Metzger, but in doing so, Nomi catches a vision of him in the mirror before he kills himself, and it's actually Whisper's face. So Whispers has been using his Sense8 ability to take over, operated on people to go and execute deaths or jobs. So yeah, so you're one of the Sense8 people, capture you, lobotomize you, I'm Whispers, I tap into my Sense8, take control of your body, you go and kill the rest of your cluster. Yeah, so, as I think, if you mentioned it now, I think it was Jonas.
That's why she shot herself.
Yeah. That's why Angelica did it, because she should have been caught. They'd have done the same to her to find her cluster. And yeah, Jonas mentioned that humans have mastered the ability to hunt. So yeah, you can be a Sense8 all you like, but with his abilities as well, being a mixture of both, they're going to hunt your race down and take you out. This all culminates in the concert in Iceland.
Yeah.
Riley's dad playing a big concert, and everyone then experiences the same experience Riley has, because she's having a really emotional experience, and everyone goes through their first birth, the original birth. And you see a lot of crowning heads. So it's very.
It was a lot. Me personally, I wasn't prepared for it.
No. Yeah, on my second viewing, I forgot about it. I was like, whoa. Yeah, not even no pixels, nothing. I'm like, you know what? The show's real. The show's the truth. I don't mind this. Even with the orgy scene, you're seeing men on men, girls and girls, guys taking guys in cubicle toilets. I mean, one of the biggest, cutest love story in the first season is Lito and Hernando. I mean, yeah, Will and Riley's alright, but the way they wrote it, Lito and Hernando was like the heartbeat of the romance this season.
And they had like a little bitch though in the middle.
Yeah, with Danny as well in it. Yeah, there's a little trio with a beard. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. And then obviously everyone's experiencing the birth, which causes. So I think the concert was about 8 minutes, because you had about a minute of each character's birth popping up and what they did. And Nomi sees her birth of her mother, who she hates, go through a C-section, and then she experienced, and she softens a bit to her mother, like, you actually went through that, you almost died, you did that for me, I hate you so much. It's like, no, first word she said when I was born was Michael, and now I'm called Nomi. So the way they played on this and built like some of the character emotionals feels, it was really good. And I don't know if I enjoyed it, but I found it very emotional.
Yeah, it was deep.
Which causes Riley to have a nosebleed and pass out and get taken to hospital, what she was warned would happen not to do. So she's caught by BPO, even though Nomi and Amanita have been trying to hack the system so any details don't get flagged up to any other people. And Will, being Will,
can't let his girl go.
Being captain leader, I can't leave her.
Captain save her. Gets
on the first flight out to Iceland. So Will goes to Iceland.
How long do you think that actually took, though? The plane ride. From Chicago to Iceland.
Oh, I'm not too sure, because Iceland, because when I went to New York, that's where we stopped off.
Oh, Iceland?
Yeah, Reykjavik, before we fly back.
So how long do you think?
Pit stop. Hours. 5.
Okay, well, she probably might have had time to survive.
Well, he went there early, innit, while she was still waiting, because Nomi was still clearing people. True. Once Will landed, that's when they triggered it. Because also Jonas couldn't hold back information anymore and had to tell Whispers, who had him captured, what Will's plan was. It's mad. So he goes to save Riley with the help from Nomi, but in doing so, when he gets to the building, because he has to break a Ferrari, doesn't he? That's a distraction. So all the guys come over to the car, like, oh no, such a good car, what happened to it? He sneaks into the building. He's like, oh, I've got to hide. There's 4 guards. Son's like, is that all? Just bowls through, dismantles, takes care of 4 guards rapid. He eventually gets through to Riley, wakes her up with the help of Calla, because Calla's like, this will wake her up, but it's going to be violent. Bam. So once again, as you mentioned before, she pops up to the day, man, helps out. So she helps out, but she's not part of the main storyline or the antagonist that were doing it. That was more Will, Riley and Nomi. So Will saves Riley, about to escape, gets her in the elevator going down, well, a lift. In doing so, eye contact with Whispers, game over.
Yeah, that's
Like,
it.
yeah, now he's made eye contact and he's a Sense8 himself. He can see what you're doing, knows what you're going, see, you caught. They still try to drive out in the ambulance, getting away. Whispers is after him in a helicopter. Nomi's giving him some help on the laptop, like, you know what, there's some weather convergence coming up. There's going to be some fog the higher you go in altitude. The helicopter can't follow you there, so if you get up there, it'll leave you alone.
Right.
On his way there though, the helicopter's there, the ambulance is there, they're about to have a head off. Whispers is talking to Will in his head like, Will, I know you. You're a cop. You're a good guy. You won't put innocent lives at risk. He's like, I wouldn't. But I know a guy who would. And then you switch to Wolfgang driving the car.
Yeah.
Yes, Wolfie. And then you do, he's like, oh shit, take the helicopter up. Takes it up, just manages to scrape underneath. He manages to escape. But in doing so, he follows the path up the mountain.
That she travelled back in the day.
Where Riley had her original accident with her husband and lost her daughter and died. And that's where she wanted to die, with her daughter on that mountain. But she was saved because the lady from Iceland that said she was hexed called an ambulance to save her. She's like, no, you shouldn't have saved me. I wanted to die with my daughter. Yeah, and then she's there in the same position again. And she's like, you know what, Will, I can't leave. I'm not leaving again this time.
Yeah.
But Will knows Riley's got good in her heart and she cares about people. So he takes the risk now to put himself under. So he goes back to the ambulance, injects himself with morphine. So he's about to be passed out. And he's like, Riley, if you don't come back now, drive me away and save me, we all die. That's all 8 of us in the cluster.
That's crazy.
So Will, I don't know if it was a dick move, but it was a pressure move. Because
he stuck it on her.
He put it all the balls in her court. Like, it's on you. You either help us or we all die. So it was a bit emotional blackmail, but it's kind of what Riley needed to get snapped out of maybe going through the same trauma she had with her daughter. And she does. Because the next scene we see is of her and her father's friend Sven putting Will on a boat. Will's about to just wake up, gives him another injection.
There you go.
So they're keeping Will under, drugged up, so Whispers can come and see him to see where they are, so they can hunt down the cluster and kill them or experiment on them.
Now, dope show. I got questions. Whispers is a Sense8.
Yes.
What happened to his cluster?
Season 2.
Oh.
And Season 3.
Okay, so now
the Season 2 finale. So they go into it a lot more because obviously there's not just one cluster in the universe. You know, Angelica had hers with like Jonas and that, and then you've also got Riley and Will's cluster.
Right.
Have you got other people's clusters? Yeah. There's at least one more we get introduced to in Season 2. I won't say anything more, but there is another cluster, and we see a lot of interactions between a few of them.
And I heard they changed Cassius's character.
Cassius's character, Ameen, got cast as on something else, or he left the show. I'm not sure why, but he's recast in Season 2. In my opinion, it's the same heartbeat. You don't really miss a beat. I enjoyed him more when I watched Season 2, but going back to watch Season 1, I didn't find any fault with Ameen playing Cassius at all. So yeah, it takes an episode or two to get used to the new face, but once you do, he's got that same smile and enthusiasm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same character in the end.
That's dope.
Yeah. Brilliant season. Absolutely loved it for me. Obviously the highlights were when they all joined up together to
I like the orgy scene.
The orgy scene was very good. That was when
shit are going down, they start running and
you got
Lito
and Hernando having sex, and Nomi and Amanita having sex. Whilst they're doing that, you've got Will at the gym and Wolfgang
chilling in
the pool, in the sauna,
you're just like
experiencing those feelings at the same time.
My guy was doing curls like this and he was getting
coming up, kissing a girl, heading back down, and you've got Lito right above you. It's like, then when they meet up later on in a Sense8 cluster, it's like, do I know you? It's like, yeah, we had sex. It's like, hey, whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot.
It was really fun. Season 2 brings it up a notch. It's really good as well. The finale is still to come, but I think the next video we'll do before Season 2 will be the Christmas special, a 2-hour one-off, where we'll be picking up with the events, I think, of Will Calla be marrying Rajan. What are the repercussions of Leto now being a gay actor? Cathius is now a really good popular figure in his country. Well, his village, because he's doing really good things. He's been helping out the people. Wolfgang is literally now the head of the family business and is probably the biggest crime lord in Germany.
Wow.
With his family gone. And how will he and Calla work things out? Will and Riley are still on the run. Will being drugged up, kept under. Obviously with Whispers hunting him. And Nomi being Nomi. I think she's just obviously going to be, she's like the viewer's eye, like trying to investigate and find the truth. I don't really know what other storyline she has in that apart from maybe trying to work on her relationship with Amanita and get over her relationship with her mother. But hopefully a lot more Bug in season 2. Really good character. Final thoughts?
I like the show. I'm excited to see season 2. I'm going to check that out as soon as possible.
Yeah, we'll try and get the Christmas review up quite soon. Then we'll do a season 2 breakdown and then converge with the finale. That was our Sense8 season 1 review from Netflix. Holler at the Wachowskis for that. Great show. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out all the other videos on our YouTube channel. Hit us up on Twitter and Facebook, and also holler at our boy JD on his YouTube channel as well. Until more videos to come next time, deuce.